Now at 6, we are following breaking news. One person is dead after a bizarre explosion in an auto center.
A woman channels her grief into making sure a Marine arrives home for Christmas.
And it was blustery and cold during the day today, but I do have a warm-up in the forecast. Stay tuned.
And could someone please get Tom Brady some chicken noodle soup? Will the QB play tomorrow?
Live from the Channel 4 studios in Boston, WBZ News at 6 starts right now.
Breaking news from Salem, New Hampshire tonight. A tire mechanic killed and a customer badly hurt when a tire exploded.
It happened at a Sears Auto Center at the Rockingham Mall. WBZ's Jim Smith is live in Salem with our top story tonight. Thank you. We have developing news in Keene, New Hampshire as well tonight. Firefighters there are going door to door to warn customers about elevated carbon monoxide levels and unusual odors caused by an improper mix from the Liberty gas plant there. The company says the problem has been corrected, but they're telling customers they may need to open their windows for up to an hour.
A lot of people talking about this. Big questions tonight before tomorrow's game between the Patriots and the Titans.
Quarterback Tom Brady listed as questionable because of an illness. Dan Rochi is here with a preview. Dan, how nervous should we be?
It'll be fine.
To campaign 2016 now, the Democrats facing off tonight up in New Hampshire. The contest between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders became controversial when Clinton accused her fellow Democrat of stealing voter data. But as Weijia Zhang explains, the deal was reached to clear up the mess just ahead of tonight's debate. A Boston boy facing a long list of weapons charges tonight after bringing a replica gun to his school. Police officers were called to his school on Hancock Street after several students there told staff they saw the weapon in the boy's bathroom, and that's where police say the weapon was hidden in a toilet tank. Now, it turned out to only be a paintball gun, but it didn't have the proper markings on it, indicating that it wasn't actually a firearm. Police say the boy confessed to everything and was later arrested.
Wait, I'm Paul Burton, WBZ News.
Oh my gosh, love this story. It's like the story that just keeps on
surprise
giving.
after surprise.
Surprise, exactly.
Excellent.
Well, still to come, a Texas man arrested in what police are calling a massive case of insurance fraud.
Coming up, how this video of a luxury car crash led to his arrest.
A Hollywood actor taken into custody by police, what he did to get himself arrested.
And we know the new Star Wars movie is big, but exactly how big? Wait until you hear the box office numbers so far. A man in Texas will spend more than a year in prison for destroying a $1 million car. And it was this video on YouTube that may have been his undoing. According to the Houston Chronicle, the driver bought this 2006 Bugatti for $1 million and then drove it into a lagoon about a month later. The car was insured for more than $2 million. A stranger who just happened to be admiring the car shot this video when the car went off the road. Actor James Cromwell is among half a dozen people arrested for protesting outside a New York power plant. Cromwell was cuffed after blocking the entrance to the construction site where the plant is being built. Protesters say toxins from the plant will cause health problems in that area. Cromwell, of course, is known for his work on the movie Babe, American Horror Story, and The Green Mile, among other films and TV series. The new Star Wars movie already smashing box office records. The Force Awakens earned $57 million. Thursday night alone, it is expected to rake in more than $215 million in its opening weekend alone. That would also be a new record. We can report tonight WBZ's Katie Brace not going to be among the people watching it this weekend somehow.
But you failed to say the reason why.
Can I say?
Yes, you can.
You're too cheap. You're going to wait. She wants to see it, just not for $10.
Exactly. I'll wait till it comes out, but it's great if you can get tickets and then stay out of the cold.
I already got my tickets. Going in a couple of days.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm excited. So, good weather. It was dry.
Yes.
Still good weather. A lot of folk in the forecast. Back to you guys.
Okay, I'm going to say yay for the cold not lasting too long, but boo for no snow.
Continued bad news for skiers. My kids have ski lessons starting right after the first of the year. Not going to happen.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah.
You can take them to Star Wars.
Exactly.
Coming up next in sports, more on the Patriots getting ready to host the Titans.
Quarterback Tom Brady, not the only player questionable for tomorrow. More on the MASH unit, otherwise known as the Patriots. Straight ahead.
It's not like the Patriots didn't have enough troubles.
Do we get worried? No, I'm not even going to ask you that. What's in store tomorrow?
Here's what I'll say is the Titans secondary has given up 9 touchdowns in the air in the last 3 games.
So we should feel good about this.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, the Patriots will be okay.
The Force was with thousands of Star Wars fans in Los Angeles last night.
Those fans gathered to break the world record for the largest lightsaber battle in a 24-hour period. Participants are still waiting to find out if they were successful in that endeavor. However, the official numbers come in on Monday. How many things are there potentially?
This looks strange.
Is there an opportunity to break it in 48 hours? Can you do it in 12 hours?
These are all questions we will have to work on. Well, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you back here for WBZ News at 10 on Channel 38 and 11 right here.
Have a good night. And we begin tonight with a developing story at 10. At least 4 people have been taken to the hospital with symptoms of exposure to carbon monoxide. Now, earlier today, neighbors in Keene, New Hampshire started complaining about unusual odors and about elevated carbon monoxide levels. Firefighters in Keene have been going door to door since about 2 o'clock this afternoon to check on customers of the Liberty Gas Company there, which claims the problem comes from an improper mix of chemicals at the Liberty Gas plant. Now, the company says the problem has since been corrected. First responders say they will continue to work through the night if they have to in order to get to every one of the more than 1,200 affected customers there.
New Hampshire Auto Center.
A worker there went to fill up a tire when it exploded. WBZ's Jim Smith has that story from Salem. It is slow going in upstate New York. Take a look at these pictures if you can. The city of Oswego on Lake Ontario is getting particularly hard hit, and so is Buffalo. This, by the way, is actually the latest first snow of the season for the Buffalo area since 1899.
Yep, still not looking.
Not gonna, no. Just close your eyes, pretend it's not happening, and I guess be thankful that it's not happening here.
Right. It is a little chilly compared to...
I love that that's all we're able to say. It's a little chilly.
It's a little chilly compared to what it has been.
Danielle Niles joins us now with a look at the forecast. Danielle?
Guys, I saw... With an apology from one candidate to another.
Yeah, Senator Bernie Sanders apologized to Hillary Clinton for the data breach scandal that's taken over the news for the past day or so. The Democratic National Committee came also to an agreement with Sanders late today. The DNC cut him from a crucial voter database, saying his campaign wrongly accessed data exclusively meant for Hillary Clinton's team. Sanders filed a federal lawsuit late last night, claiming the DNC was trying to crush his campaign. Today, DNC chairwoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz explained what led to the deal.
They finally gave us the information that we...
Sanders fired the staffer who accessed the data, and again, he began tonight's debate by apologizing to Secretary Hillary Clinton for the data breach. Cruz, meantime, releasing a new ad tonight, a little bit different from your typical political spot. This one is a spoof on an infomercial. Ted Cruz coming out with his own line of kids' books.
The whole family will enjoy reading stories like The Grinch, who lost her emails.
I know just what I'll do, she said with a snicker. I'll use my own server, and no one will be the wiser.
That ad is set to run tonight during SNL. The live show got in trouble with the FCC after having Donald Trump on a few weeks ago, so now the show is giving equal time to all the other candidates through advertising, including Ted Cruz. Police officers were called to the school on Hancock Street after several students there told staff they saw the weapon in a boy's bathroom, and that's where police say the suspect had actually hidden the weapon in a toilet tank. Now, it turned out to just be a paintball gun, but it did not have the proper markings indicating that it wasn't actually a firearm. Police say the boy confessed and was arrested. And now to a WBZ exclusive. A lot of the men and women serving our country are often unable to get home for the holidays.
As Paul Burton shows us,
it's just impossible to watch a story like that, or the ones where the soldiers come home and they surprise their kids at
and then
school.
everyone else starts bawling.
It's impossible not to get touched when you see
Especially with that, when so many people worked to get that Marine home for the
Keep
holidays.
it a surprise, absolutely.
That's great.
Well, coming up on the WBZ News at 10, the tanker fire that shut down an entire highway.
Plus, a group of special kids and their families won't forget this: Santa delivering the Christmas memory of a lifetime.
And if by some chance the holidays are getting you a little bit frustrated, we have a new way to blow off some steam.
And if you'd like to suggest an artist or musical theme,
Well, take a look at this video out of Texas tonight. Massive flames when a fuel truck explodes in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The driver was killed. The blast sent burning fuel down both sides of a freeway, which then had to be closed for several hours. And if the rush of the holiday season is driving you crazy, the shopping, the traveling, the in-laws?
You're not allowed to say that.
We might have a solution, however.
It is called the Anger Room. Take a look. It is a place where you can smash, demo, hit just about anything. You can crush dinnerware with a crowbar. Could use a bat. Fortunately, this particular anchor room, not very close. It's in Chicago. But the owners say once you try it, you will be hooked. And really, why save that for the holidays?
Right, can that be all year? And there's no way a Boston-based entrepreneur can't come up with a room to do that.
We could probably make one of those in like 10 minutes.
We could make that happen. I remember last winter, I think a lot of people would have been frustrated by the weather and craved a room like that. This winter, however, Danielle Niles joins us now. You get all the love.
Liking it.
It's been great, right? 50s and then a little bit cooler by next weekend. So
love it.
You liking that?
I saw 57 in LA on Christmas Day and 53 here. We're 4 degrees off of Los Angeles.
I know, very mild. Not the warmest Christmas ever, but certainly above average.
We'll take it. And we have to say, we did not plan this.
No.
Total ESP.
Because I would have obviously worn the same color. If given the choice, we would have gone 3 for 3.
ESP, right there. Just so you know. Well, a sign of goodwill this holiday season, instead of exchanging gifts among themselves, some doctors in South Dakota shared Christmas with a family in need.
Amy Edoff has 8 children. Her youngest has a kidney disorder and hopefully will get a transplant in the coming weeks. But Mom was worried about how she was going to do Christmas this year. And that's when doctors, nurses, and clinic staff all stepped in.
It like literally filled the entire living room. So it's amazing. It's being very blessed. It's awesome.
Now, Edoff says she knew the staff was bringing over some things, but she had no idea just how much.
What makes Christmas wonderful long after the actual holiday are really the memories, and many of them start with a visit to Santa.
But for kids who have special needs and their families, it can be a really difficult experience. Santa, however, wants to change that. WBZ's Susie Steimel shows us how.
The new Star Wars movie is already smashing box office records.
The Force Awakens earned more than $120 million Friday night alone. That is the highest single-day ticket sales ever. It's also earned $250 million worldwide opening weekend. It is on track to be the highest-grossing film ever of all time. So we want to know tonight, A, did you see the film? Did you like it? I'm guessing you probably did if you saw it. Of course, it is only the first weekend for this movie, but the bigger question is, are you about done hearing about the latest Star Wars installment? I mean, it feels like everybody's a fan, but if you're not or if you're on the fence, it's all hype everywhere. Have you had enough, is my question.
I think, you know, the original first 3 were awesome. And then they were like, it got too, you know, like techno and... Yeah, and so I heard this one is less pre-produced, it's more like the original 3 ones. So then I would be more excited.
You're going to see, oh wait, so we cleared this up earlier. You're too cheap to go drop $10.25 to go see it now. You're not going to.
I'm going to wait.
The DVD bin at Target. Danny?
How if we all pool in and get you a gift?
Right,
we'll do that. I'm not a Star Wars fan,
okay,
but I respect the people that are. I think if you have a passion in life, it's great. I mean, people get miserable around us sometimes when we're talking and hyping the Patriots nonstop.
Oh,
so
sure.
I respect if you go see it.
Are you going to go see it?
No.
And you're not cheap.
Yes. I'd buy you a ticket.
No, thank you.
Nice.
I think I may go see it.
Yeah.
Just because. I'm not like super into Star Wars, but I feel like this is like all the craze right now, and I think it looks good.
I think that's what was probably going to get me to see it, too. I'm sort of an average geek for it, I guess, but my 9-year-old son is desperate to see it, so at some point I'll go see it.
You're an above-average geek.
Oh, thanks, Danny. I don't want to toot my own horn right here, but I'm above-average geek, so eventually I don't want to be the last guy standing who hasn't seen it when everybody's talking about it.
And you can use your son as the excuse that he really wants to go.
I do that all the time.
Yep,
and we have to have ice cream for dinner, too, because the 9-year-old wants it.
And you might have a stuffed Ewok at home. We get it.
Or my desk.
Well, what I want to know is there anybody out there that has seen it and hasn't liked it?
Right.
It seems like it's gotten a huge majority
Well, that's
of good
because
reviews,
those people
right?
know better than to say anything. They're not going to talk.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, we want to hear from you. You can tweet us. Our Twitter handles are listed below. Use the hashtag WBZ10.
We'll be right back with another half hour of news right after this. Developing story at 10:30. A worker at a Sears Auto Center in Salem, New Hampshire has died while working on a vehicle there.
22-year-old Justin Allman of Sandown was filling up a tire when it exploded. The customer was also injured and taken to Boston Medical Center with serious injuries. OSHA is now investigating.
Also developing, at least 4 people have been taken to the hospital with symptoms of exposure to carbon monoxide in New Hampshire. The Liberty Gas Company there in Keene says they improperly mixed chemicals causing the scare. The company says it has since been fixed, but firefighters are still going door to door to check on more than 1,000 residents. We've learned tonight several Iraqis have been killed by friendly fire. The U.S.-led coalition launched airstrikes on ISIS positions near Fallujah, and now the Iraqis say 1 officer was killed and 9 other people wounded. The incident comes as the U.S. Embassy in Pakistan warns of possible terror attacks there over the holidays. A pro-police rally in Chicago tonight. About 24 people showing up to support Chicago police officers. Officer Jason Van Dyke is charged with shooting and killing 17-year-old Laquan McDonald last October. Police say Van Dyke fired 16 shots. The officer says the teen was holding a knife, so he shot him in self-defense. Also tonight, a high school football player hailed a hero.
He shielded several girls on a porch when a gunman...
Lawyers for comedian Bill Cosby are fighting a subpoena for his wife's deposition tonight. Cosby filed a defamation lawsuit against 7 of the women accusing him of sexual assault. And now an attorney for the women wants Camille Cosby to give a deposition in Springfield on January 6th. She's allegedly being subpoenaed because she was her husband's business manager. Cosby's attorney says Mrs. Cosby has, quote, no firsthand knowledge of the sexual assault claims.
To break a world record for the largest lightsaber battle in a 24-hour period. Participants are still waiting to find out if they did break that record. The official numbers come out on Monday. The previous record was set in San Diego at 7,000 lightsabers.
California, that's all I'm saying.
Yep.
There was also an invasion of sorts at the White House yesterday. R2-D2 got the white glove treatment as the doors opened wide for him. Anyway, he rolled right into the White House and later on got down, as you can see there, with the first family, with, of course, a stormtrooper. I was in my head working on some sort of especially geeky droid reference.
Yeah, I figured you were trying to come up with some R2-D2.
My geekdom is already cemented, so I'll let you toss to Danielle. I'm only going to make it worse for myself, really.
Danielle, it's cold outside.
There it is.
You know what,
we're hoping it will get warm.
You know what dance?
Gift cards have become the go-to present. It's because they are awesome. However, they sometimes seem a little impersonal.
No, I don't think so. But now it's easy to add a personal touch if you so desire. WB's. So, Jim, that gift card you got me, that's okay.
And the one you got me, I'll accept that one as well. It's an even transfer.
Yeah.
A rare bird spotted in Maine.
The goose who made a wrong turn on his way west. We'll show you coming up. A rare white goose spotted in Maine.
This is the Ross's goose. Usually it flies from northern Canada to the western U.S., but this guy joined up with a flock of Canada geese and ended up outside Portland, which is a lovely place to visit, as we all know. Dozens of people are now parking along a section of the road in Westbrook to get a closer look. Maine Audubon says this is only the 7th recorded sighting of a Ross's goose in Maine.
All right, we'll see you on WBZ at 11.
WBZ News at 11 starts right now.
We begin with developing news from Salem, New Hampshire. OSHA investigators are expected at a Sears Auto Center looking for the cause of a deadly tire explosion. Good evening, everyone. I'm Katie Brace.
And I'm Jim Armstrong. Thank you for joining us tonight. A tire mechanic was killed and a customer there also badly hurt by this blast. WBZ's Jim Smith has the latest from Salem.
The nation is concerned tonight, though, ahead of that big game between the Patriots and the Titans.
Quarterback Tom Brady listed as questionable because of an earlier illness, and he is not the only player who might not take the field tomorrow. Dan Roach is here now to walk us off the ledge a little bit. Danny, it's still just the Titans, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the way you have to look at it here, Jim, is the issue right now with...
3 people are hospitalized tonight after a serious car crash in Saugus. 2 cars collided head-on at the intersection of Hamilton and Seville Streets just after midnight. A woman driving one of the cars was badly hurt, as were 2 passengers in the other car. The 19-year-old driver of that second car ran away from the scene. He'll be charged with reckless driving and with leaving the scene of an accident. Right now in Gloucester, police are looking for a missing woman. You see her here. 56-year-old Susan Nilsson from Rockport may have been walking near Rock Neck late last night or very early this morning. Police believe they found some of her personal belongings on a dock and in the waters nearby. Rescuers are out on the water now, but they're also asking anyone with information to call police. Now to a WBZ exclusive. So many of the men and women serving our country are often unable to get home for the holidays.
But as Paul Burton shows us, one Marine was able to surprise his family thanks to a widow who wants others to enjoy their time together.
Police in Wisconsin tonight are looking for a gunman who fired shots inside a crowded Madison shopping mall. Police say several men there apparently got into some kind of fight when one of them pulled a gun and shot a 19-year-old in the leg. The victim is expected to recover, but it was obviously pretty frightening for shoppers who were there focused on buying Christmas gifts.
And they saw a group of guys gather around, a little argument started, more people gathered in a mob, and then there were the shots, people started running.
I shopping this time for Christmas. I heard 3 shots, everybody running. It's scary. I'm scary too, because this is no safety now in the United States.
Police do believe, however, this is an isolated incident, and they were able to reopen the mall after investigators concluded their work. Also tonight, a high school football player being hailed a hero after he shielded several girls on a porch when a gunman opened fire. CBS's Wendy Gillette has the story. We are getting our first look at the renovations inside the Government Center T-Stop. That station closed back in March of last year. Among the updates, a more accessible T-station overall with better platforms, escalators, and elevators. It'll also get a completely upgraded interior. The station is slated to open this coming spring. Can't believe it has been that long.
It has. But
March of last year.
And it kind of feels like March now. So, except not today. Let me rephrase. Not today, but you know, the last few days, and then coming up next week.
It's so warm. I mean, this is the thing. The month of December, you know, typically we're in the 30s, we get the 40s, we get snow. It's been so mild. We're talking about record warmth for Christmas Eve possible. So it's kind of split, you know, if you're dreaming of a
DC top Delaware 69-61. Eli Carter led the Eagles with 20 points, 10 assists, and 8 rebounds. So there you go. Looking forward to tomorrow. Should be fun.
It's going to be, I mean, it is, like we said, it is just the Titans. I don't want to be too dismissive, but you're confident, right?
Yes, Titans are a bad team, so they should
Jim just wants to make sure.
I just want to hear Dan say it on television.
You sound like such a New England fan. Like, yeah, sky's falling. They're only 11-2.
Yes, right. He's exactly right.
Okay, get a grip, Jim.
Sorry.
Still to come. We're going to talk about lighting the night in LA.
Coming up, an epic battle between two cities to try and beat, oh goodness, a lightsaber record. You may have heard the latest installment in the Star Wars saga is already smashing box office records.
The Force Awakens earned $57 million Thursday night. It's expected to rake in more than $215 million this weekend. That would also be a new record.
And the new Star Wars movie is already smashing box office records, as we mentioned. Thousands of Star Wars fans gathered in Los Angeles, partially to celebrate that fact, I suppose, but also to break a world record for the largest lightsaber battle in a 24-hour period.
What else?
Well, what else would you do? Exactly. Participants are still waiting to find out if they did, however. Can you imagine how tense their weekend is? The official numbers on this count of lightsabers won't come in until Monday, because you want to make sure you do it right, of course. The previous record was set in San Diego at 7,000 lightsabers. San Francisco is also trying to break the record. I have one word for you: California.
And equally exciting weather tomorrow.
Chilly but sunny, and then big warm-up. 50s, record warmth possible by Christmas Eve.
All right, thanks, Danielle. And thanks so much for watching WBZ News at 11.
Have a great night.